I think we've learned new tips and tricks in various softwares to help with, kind of marking things up and diagramming or kind of collating things as we go. So if we look at a plan like this is in a software called Bluebeam Review. This is a PDF file. So these are all very common elements that people use. But we can, be very, upfront about, put a light here. And, people see this live as we go through in one of these meetings like this. And this just helps, kind of clarify to people who's working on what. If we want to make a change to something and say we want to move a staircase, we have the tools actually, believe it or not, to already do some of this stuff. And we can move things around in this software and mark it up kind of live. And we used to do this on trace paper all the time. But now we can do it here. And, as long as you have people that know the kind of tools and know what the software can do for you, this is actually really powerful for us. So this has been a really good, useful, productive way of looking at things collaboratively, looking at screens. And I can give control of my screen and mouse to someone. So if they're having a hard time kind of explaining what their idea is, they can kind of jump in and say, what if the ramp did something like this instead? Could that work? And it just helps them explain themselves a little bit better and maybe feel a little more involved in the process. So what's been interesting for us is that rather than holding on to this and sort of only doing it amongst ourselves in-house, we now involve our clients in this process, involve our consultants in this process. So we will have a meeting with our clients and we will move things around kind of live with them. Let's say we want to move the entire building. Previously that would have been something that we've got to whip out trace paper and a big fat marker and trace over things and move them around. Now we can say, all right, what if the building actually did something like this and kind of rotate it around completely? Is that crazy? Or what if it extended? Or what if it elongated? We can look at things a little bit live, and it does require you to kind of hit the smooth button, if you will. It's not polished, it's not refined, but it's about a process and it's about iteration. And so if you have people that if you can kind of be open to that as a process and understand that we're not looking at finished product, we're looking at the process, and give us your thoughts, participate in the process. And I think I've actually found that this has been exciting for people to see, especially for clients. They feel involved instead of us going away after a first kickoff meeting and kind of working in our black box. We come back to them and say, all right, here's our first thoughts. Now let's talk and let's diagram and let's roll up our sleeves and start moving things around. And it's actually yielded some very good discussions. So I think these tools that we've had for a while now have actually yielded very positive gains in our working process. It's made us really kind of more open, more collaborative, and I think more engaged with our clients in a way that we may not have been before.